Welcome to AP Workshops. Welcome to the luckiest man in the motorcycling world at this particular point in time. Yes, I'm getting overexcited about it, but I don't give a damn. I am about to go and road test this RSV 1000 Mille SP. This is the one that belongs to Chris from 44 Teeth. If you know those guys, they've actually done us a really good turn by looking after us and doing this and giving us this bike to look after. So give those guys a like and subscribe. They have done us a power of good, and I'm truly grateful to those guys. They have actually a brilliant YouTube channel, so go over, look up on YouTube, 44 Teeth, give them a like, give them a subscribe. Those guys really looked after us, so I'm really grateful to them. So this bike belongs to Chris. This is the SP version. So I'm absolutely blessed, to be honest with you, to be able to have ridden many, probably coming up for hundreds of standard Milles, but I've probably only ridden 3 or 4 SPs. But I'm going to go and give this one a ride and give you you guys a bit of a ride along with me to see how it goes. So welcome back to AP Workshops. Welcome back to the RSV 1000 SP. If you have a quick look, and what I'm going to try and do is give you sort of a bit of a comparative run around onto. Oh, Christ, I can't do that. It's too hot. It's too hot. I can't breathe. I'm going to give you a bit of a run round exactly what's going on with the differences between this bike and like a standard RSV as it goes. So what we've got is, it's just as it sits at this particular point in time. I'm sure we've all been sort of aware, any guys that have got any interest in the RSV at all have already been given the differences between the sort of RSV when we're talking about the sort of physical differences. But when you're riding on the road, it's a completely different ball game. So other than the fact that, like I said, we've got like the headstock, adjustable engine mounts, adjustable swing arm mounts, that kind of stuff, the kind of 1 year only sort of Öhlins forks, that kind of stuff. The motor is completely different. How does that translate on the road? So what we're dealing with is the standard 97mm piston engine in the what they call the RP engine, which is the one that goes on the Mille, the Gen 1 Mille, to this SP engine. So the SP engine is actually a short stroke engine. So it's a slightly wider bore but a shorter stroke, just to keep it within homologation regulations as it goes for World Superbike. So this bike was developed by Peter Goddard, and as you well know, one of our friends, Nicky Boy, has built a replica of that particular bike. Beautiful bike. But this is actually one of the homologation specials developed by Aprilia. The engine was developed by Cosworth. This bike was the one that they made to make sure that they could go and race in World Superbike. So how does that translate to riding a bike on the road? Let's go and have a look. 51 degrees, I'm happy with that. So it feels, I mean it is, to be honest with you, it feels exactly the same. Just feels exactly the same. Brembo wheels, it's got the Öhlins suspension, smatterings of carbon fibre, so unless you were really kind of keen, you probably wouldn't know the difference as it goes, but we are keen and we do know the difference. So what we're going to do is basically is kind of try and give you a rundown on how it feels on the road. What is the difference? How does this feel on the road? How does it look? How does it ride? What's the big difference? What's the scoop? What's the scoop? Christ, I sound like there. What's that dude from Spider-Man? Mental. He was the editor of the Daily Planet. What's the scope? Sorry. If I witter, forgive me. Well, I don't care. I witter anyway. This engine's still tight though. You can hear the whining in the gearbox. It's still tight. This engine's still quite new. It's showing 1,100 miles on the 1,100 miles on the dash. For one of these engines, that's not a lot. I mean, these engines, I don't know about the SP engines because I don't know any of the got high mileage ones. I don't know many of the bikes, truth be told. But basically, For the RP engine, the Gen 1 engine, 100,000 miles is easy, no problems. If it's looked after, no problems whatsoever. Fueling feels really nice. I don't think I can feel any massive difference so far. Bit of a shoulder check, make sure we're good. Brakes, usual good quality stuff now they've been bedded in. I think before I kind of went for a little tip up the road and I could feel a difference with it, but with this being a short stroke motor, I'm like I said, I'm not going to lie to you, I've already found the difference. I know the difference because I've ridden these before, but basically it's a short stroke motor, therefore what should happen in theory is it shouldn't pull quite so, like the pull right from mid-range isn't quite so fierce as the if you imagine like it would be on the RP engine. So the SP, because it's slightly shorter, it should rev harder and faster, but it doesn't pull quite as hard, so it's a little bit, well, it's more race bike, so hashtag race bike. If you're going to sort of ride them back to back, I'm sure it would be quite obvious, the comparison would be quite obvious. It'd be just bit of equipment failure there, but we're dealing with it. The comparison would be quite obvious, but like I said, fortunately, sorry, I'm quite lucky. So it's a 40 mile an hour zone, I'm going to be quite careful here. If you imagine now, we're just coming out into the restricted zone, so not pulling as hard. Quite a rush for the top, but his pulse doesn't pull as hard as the RP engine, as expected, just because of the kind of shorter stroke on it. The longer stroke gives that characteristic of it not pulling quite so hard. But you can feel the rush as it comes off. You can feel it. Like the fueling's really nice, but as you pull hard in it, there you go. Rush, 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 rush. Ah! Sorry, Chris, I'm beating your bike up. Oh, lovely. Handles, sweet. Bridgestone tyres. Yeah, I'm having that. I believe before you guys have got some kind of a thing going with Bridgestone, and I absolutely love them. Let's go on, 5,000 RPM, flat out. How's it feel? Oh. Bit of a bump. So, no point in riding like a maniac. Back it down. The rush from the mid-range, it's just, without it pulling too hard like it would do on the RP, the rush is linear, but it gets there so much quicker. This is running on standard gearing, because I've been around this bike. We had a problem with a slipping clutch, that's been dealt with, no problems, that's all sorted. So it's pulling strong enough now. We've got no smells, knocks, bangs. I've been through the bike, all the suspension linkages has been done, the clutch fluids, brake fluids have all been changed. This bike is absolutely lovely. Perfect. Oh, we've just fuel lights just come on. I'll tell you what I'm going to do then. I'm going to turn around a little bit earlier because nah, bugger, it's only just come on, we'll be right. Every little thing gonna be alright. God, I love this bike. This is real riding. This is analog riding from the early 2000s. This is superbikes when stay where you are. This is superbikes when superbikes were hard work. I'm not going to say ridden by real men or that crap, because the guys that ride today ride so much faster. This is superbikes when it was dangerous. Not men were men or all that crap, because that's rubbish, but this is when riding superbikes was, shoulder check, was dangerous and scary, because it was just a fight for power without traction control. Absolutely analog as it gets. I dig it. When this is when sort of like the transition from carburetors to fuel injection was starting to come about. So the fueling is just amazing, and it kind of can adapt to your environment, which makes it so much better. carburetors needed jetting. This kind of era was just sort of, it was exciting because you didn't have to do that kind of thing. Now I've worked in race paddocks since I was about 17 years old, so I absolutely get where they're coming from. It's changing jets is an absolute pain in the hoop. So basically, this particular bike was one of those ones that you didn't need to do that to, and it just made life so much easier. Effectively, it was a kind of plug and play, and all the work, all the jetting work and dyno work was done before you even got to the track, so it was beautiful, and it was amazing to be a part of that little part of it. So I'm just going to go and try some handling now. Where we got here, there's a few bends that are a bit bumpy and a bit horrible, but we'll give it a go. Thank you, sir. A murmur. The suspension is fantastic. The FP1 by comparison is a different ball game. This bike just swallowed it. Blessed. Superb, man. That bike just chomped up those bumps, and no arguing, no messing about, straight in there. Absolutely love it. So look, I'm going to get off in a minute when we get back to the workshop, and I'm going to show you the physical differences. We've got plenty of films on our YouTube channel about this kind of stuff because we've had a few of them in and we've been lucky enough to spend time working on them. So I'm going to show you some physical differences between the bikes to get off and effectively what they can do. So it'll give you the technical side of things. When we saw the sort of when you see what it is, when you see the adjustments or the adjustability that is made on this bike, that is possible on this bike, then you can see what's going on. What does that actually translate to in real term? That's what we've got to try and think about. What does that really mean? So if you lengthen the swinging arm, for example, like you would do on the new 2021 Aprilia, the RSV 4, what does lengthening the sort of the wheelbase of the bike, what does that mean in real terms? And what does an adjustable headstock in real terms, what does that mean? What does it do? So when we get back, I'll show you. I'll show you what's going on and how it means and what it means. But if you have a quick look on our YouTube channel, if you go to YouTube, put into the search engine AP Workshops, you'll find plenty of technical videos there that will give you some kind of an indication about what goes on with SPs and the differences and sort of physically. But we've not been able to go and ride one quite as... like I said, it's just that the biggest difference is that little bit of a punch. Sorry, totally distracted, completely don't care, love it. So basically the YouTube videos to show you the physical differences, but what do they actually mean? That's the bit that I'm going to show you to. So if you just give me a little while to concentrate on getting around this corner. Concentrating, that means multitasking. So talking and riding around the corner, that means multitasking. We're blokes, we can't do that. We can sing and wash in the shower. That's about as complicated as we get, I think, isn't it? Oh, thank you, sir. Wonderful. Manners are impeccable. I've ridden SP1s, SP2s, I've ridden Ducatis, I've ridden all manner of Exotica, and this bike is by sure and by far has the best road manners of any of them that I've ever ridden. Chris, you're a lucky guy, man. You're a lucky guy. I'm very jealous. And I'm very, very grateful for the opportunity. Thank you, my friend. I'm very grateful. So, we'll just pull up outside the workshop now, and what I'll do is I'll give you a quick run round of exactly what's going on, exactly what's happening, so you can see what's going on. So into the workshops. Okay, so stay with me on this one. Right then, so what we've got, I'm going to show you on the head cam. So we've got adjustable headstock bearings there. I don't know if you can see what's going on. So effectively it's adjustable headstock angle. So effectively, if you imagine that actually adjusts the angle, the front angle, if you imagine here of the forks like that. So effectively, if you steepen the angle, it sweetens or basically makes it turn quicker. Effectively, it makes the front end feel like it's going to turn in quicker. So we've also got adjustable adjustable swing arm pivots there. So we've got the height of the swing arm will actually make a difference. This is about weight distribution. Underneath these panels here, we've got engine mounts that are there as well. Now that particular instance there, when you're looking at engine mounts, that means that you can change the angle or change the position of the engine. Again, this is all about making the bike feel comfortable for the racer when they're rolling in. So if you've got the engine sort of set back slightly, it moves the centre of gravity slightly further back. All of this stuff is designed to basically give us adjustability when we go racing. So what we're looking to do is try and set the bike up for the rider to make sure that the rider is comfortable in a straight line, corner entry, and obviously corner exit. All of these you have to separate these areas to make sure that the rider is comfortable on the way into the corner, on the way out of the corner, and basically they can maximise the time, the amount of time they've got the throttle full open. So that is what that is all about. So as well as having adjustability on the suspension, we've got adjustability on the chassis to make it move around and basically to be able to help get into that position that the rider's looking for. So after I've waffled on and gave you all of that technical information and bored you to tears with it, what we're talking about tyres wise, these are Bridgestones that felt amazing. Bridgestones, which ones are they? I can't work those ones out. 010s, 020, I can't even see it, I haven't got my glasses on. Wish I could see.
I wish I could see.
Wish I could see.
Who said that?
Yeah, I'm old, I admit it, I've got glasses on. These Bridgestone tyres that Chris sent over for us, absolutely incredible. If you have a look all the way to the edge, just on a road test, that'll do nicely. So, thanks for putting up with me, thanks for listening to my waffle, thanks for being with me on my overly excited road test on an SP. Massive thank you to 44 Teeth, the guys from 44 Teeth. If you do get the chance, look them up. I'm going to the search bar on YouTube, 44 Teeth, look at those guys, give them a like and subscribe. Those guys are funny. This is what motorcycling is all about. I absolutely dig what they do. It's absolutely brilliant. This is, like I said, I'm really, really grateful for the opportunity. If you like what you see on this video, please get in touch, let us know, leave a little comment down below. I'll try and get back to everybody as much as I can. Let us know how you feel. If you need anything else, if you want to see something else, let us know. I'll be there. If you want to get in touch with us at the shop, you can get in touch with us, sales@apworkshops.co.uk. You can go online, we've got online shops. If you need parts for your Aprilia product, www.apworkshops.co.uk. To everybody that's been a part of this journey for us, from Snox and Amber and myself, thank you very much for everything. I really, really appreciate it. Take care of yourselves, be safe. Talk to you soon.